What's going on, everybody? My name is Blake.
Mine's Craig.
And we are the Mountain Men. And today, for our first ever video on our channel, we are going to be taking our hometown team, the Vancouver Canucks, as you can see by the jersey in the background, taking us back to 1993, 1994, throwing that roster in today's game and seeing if that team can pull off what they weren't unable to accomplish in 1993-94, which was obviously the Stanley Cup, as they lost in 7 games to the New York Rangers. Absolutely heartbreaking. But anyway, let's get this thing right underway. So we are actually going to turn owner mode off, just because this to us is basically just about trying to take that team and take it to the Cup. If we need to add a couple players here and there, I guess we can do that. But as far as all the money situation goes, the relocation, all that, this is strictly just going to be the Canucks 1994 team, and we are going to see if we can take that, like I said, and win the Cup. So let's get this thing cracking. First of all, what we'll do is we'll change this just to a preset that I have done previously for my GM modes offline, and obviously not for YouTube, just personal use. But we'll throw this on difficulty, throw that all the way up to Superstar, 25 years, yada yada yada. I'm going to keep the trade difficulty on medium, just because if we have to make a trade, I don't want it to be extremely hard. I just want it to go kind of, whatever. So I think all that is good. All that is great. Injuries are off. Assistant coach edit lines is off. We will keep the salary cap on, and we will get this thing underway. Let's go. So we will see once this loads up.
All right, so now we're going to go into our roster and check out some of our lines. We haven't really played around with this yet, so we're going to try to match and configure everybody the best we can. So yeah, so what are we thinking about doing here? I think
we're going to throw. We're going to break up this first line of our 3 best players. Mm-hmm. Obviously, if you don't know the '94 roster, actually, we will go over that first. Is they had some absolute studs on this roster. Yeah. Jeff Cornell, 30 years old at the time. And actually, what we did is to get all their overalls and all that basis. Basically, we took players that we based these players on that are in today's game. So for Jeff Cornell, I took a player, obviously not a centerman, but a left winger. I took Matt Duchene just because two-way forward. Matt Duchene's a playmaker in this game, yes, I know, but the stats I feel are very much the same for him. So same kind of base. Matt Duchene's an 89 in this game. We put Cornell as 89. Actually, we put him as 88. He grew to 89. I don't know how. And BURE actually dropped from a 94 to a 92, as he was rated for Vladimir Tarasenko, Artemi Panarin, Patrick Kane kind of numbers, as in 94 he actually put up 104, 105 points, something like that. Absolutely crazy. And Trevor Linden as well, 88 overall. And then we drop down to the second line, and it's more of an average team once you get off those first 3, I guess, studs, you could say. Kind of subpar. You got Greg Adams, Cliff Ronning, Gino Ojic, an absolute beast. Jose Charbonneau, Sergio Momesso, Martin Jalina, Jimmy Carson, Murray Craven, and John McIntyre. So just to deal with the forwards first, I think we're just going to throw Ronning up on the first line, put Adams actually down on the third line. I'm going to throw Momesso up here with Linden, just get a two-way forward kind of thing going, and then I'm actually going to throw Gino down here, throw Murray Craven up there, and we need a centerman for that second line. So we will do this.
Yeah, that's looking pretty solid right now.
Actually, no, we'll do this. There we go. So yeah, there's our forward group. Our defensive group, and this is where it gets fun, because Jurke Lume is an absolute beast. 90 overall, medium elite offensive defenseman, paired alongside Yuri Slager. The 2 European dynamos are our top 2. And then we got Dana Merzen, Dave the Beast Babich with the mustache like no tomorrow. The handlebars on that beast are crazy. Adrian Plavsic and Gerald Didak. So our goaltenders, basically we got Kirk McLean and Kay Whitmore. Kirk McLean is a stud. Kirk McLean highly clipped.
Moves it ahead to Fleury. Here he comes with Reichel. Fleury for Reichel. Great save by Kirk McLean. And Jim, I think the red light came on again.
So yeah. stud.
Basically.
So, but basically, let's just hop into this. We're just going to leave that all the same. Leave the power plays as they are, as I'm assuming that Linden is on the first line. So, anyways, we'll get up to the first game of the season here, and we will see how this goes. So what we'll probably be doing in this one is simming up to, hopefully, the playoffs. I'm hoping that this team becomes a playoff team. If they don't, I'm not really sure what we're going to do, because the goal is to win with this roster as stands. If that's not possible, then I guess it's not possible. But it should be fun. It should be alright. And hopefully we can have some fun with this along the way. And maybe some different line combinations. And I don't know. But I guess we'll get the first month and a half, 2 months done in the simulation. Yeah. See where we get to and see how things go from there.
So we only lost one game in the preseason there.
There you go.
One
game in the preseason. Okay. Obviously it's preseason, means shit. But let's go. And we'll actually slow sim our first game here just for fun. Hopefully everything is starting right. Because I've done this a couple times where our goalie is actually, the wrong goalie is starting. But no, Kirk McLean isn't, and Goudreau and Backlund. And, okay, we get annihilated by Calgary.
4-0 to begin the season.
Fuck. Alright. So we will sim up to the 1st of, is this the 1st of November? The 1st of December we're simming up to. So by then we should get a good read on where our team's going to stand, and we are 1-1 after 2 games, so that is alright. 1-2, that's not good. I mean, as long as I guess we stay above 500, I want to be a 750 overall team-ish for the year. Winning percentage of that would be pretty great. Around a 95 to 100 point season. I mean, if we don't win the President's Trophy, that kind of stuff, it's fine, but we need to be in that playoff spot. Even if we have to come in 8th, it's whatever. It's what we need to do to get in that matters. Oh shit, I accidentally hit stop. But we are 9 games into the season, and we have 4 wins.
Not bad. Not bad.
It's alright. Oh.
How do you lose 6-0 to Montreal? It's hard to do.
4-1 to Ottawa. Toronto. And the Rangers. The Rangers are going to be the rival this year. I really want to beat the Rangers in both games. I really want to beat the Rangers. I really want to beat the Rangers at least once.
At least once.
Please. I think we might need to do some line changes.
Oh.
Holy fuck. Guess the Rangers still have the Canucks number. I guess it doesn't matter if it's 94 or 2017. They're going to lose to the Rangers.
Looks like it.
Guess that's how it goes. I should have sent our scout out. Doesn't really matter. Look at the comments. 14-1-1. Beastin'.
Oh, wow.
Wish our team was doing that good. The Comets are actually the same roster that the Comets of today are. Didn't do anything with that. I just completely took out the Canucks current day roster, replaced it with the 94 roster, and that's what we did. So that's what we're going to do. But we are 8-14-1 as of December 1st, and that is absolutely shit. We are the worst team in the Pacific Division.
Wow.
Okay. So, let's just take a look at what our players are doing for points-wise. So, Courtnall's got 23, Ronning's got 18, Bure's got 13, 22. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to send Greg Adams on the second line. And I'm actually going to swap Ronning and Linden just for a bit here and see if that helps at all, because we need points. We need to get a winning streak going. We need to do something that is not 8-14-1. So we'll sim another month here, see if it changes anything. If it doesn't, then I guess we're kind of screwed. We might need to look at improving the bottom 6. There's one player, I don't remember his name. He's 80 overall, I believe. We could look at getting rid of him. Maybe just for an older player. A Kyle Brodziak, Kyle Chipchura type player, just a bottom 4 player that can fill a role, a little bit more overall improved than the 80 overall that's down there right now. But a couple wins in December, it's not bad. We're climbing back into the contention, 14-15-1.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Doing all right for sure. I think the big thing is just
square it up there for a even on Tampa.
Oh, look at that. We're above 500. Look at that. Greg Adams on the second line now. Oh, moving Greg Adams to the second line is the power move, apparently. And then we lose 2 in a row, but hey.
And Greg Adams is going to be a big contender this season. He's going to really, really sway the lines. And
Greg Adams is the stud of the roster, okay?
Has to be. All the time. Flashback to clip of Greg Adams.
Into the Toronto zone, turning off the left boards. Back at the line to Babbage. Long shot. Pipeline had trouble with it. Adams should score! Greg Adams! Greg Adams!
Boom. Greg the Beauty Adams. That one was for you. So, anyway, let's get back into it. So, 2016-2. Hopefully we sit in a wild card position. Something like that. Oh! So we jumped from 7th in the Pacific to 2nd in the Pacific. That's not bad. We'll slow some a game here against the Avalanche, who are 20-12-4. I don't know how that's happening. Good for you, Colorado. But why is it every game we slow some we get pumped? Oh, no, look at that. Look at that. Jeff Courtnall.
Yeah! Pick up victory.
Dana Merzen with that overtime winner. Look at that.
That's what I like to see.
Big game.
Especially on a team that's doing so well in the season.
Yeah, I mean, when it comes down to it, we need any win against a Western Conference division opponent is huge. Eastern Conference, I mean, a game here and there losing is fine, giving them those extra points and overtime, whatnot. But against the West, you really want to get those wins that aren't extra time, just to prevent those points in the wild card race and all that kind of stuff. Especially when you're not a first, second, third place contender, which I don't believe that we are. Like, look at Calgary, 29-11-2. Like,
that's doing quite well this season.
Johnny Gaudreau, Glenn Galtson over there, giving them what they need over there, apparently. The Utica Comets, though, I would like to see them win the Calder Trophy this year. That'd be great.
26-6, that looks promising for them.
It does.
Hopefully you can get back on Nashville here on this game on the 17th.
Let's go. Big win. Florida, Bobby Lou. Let's see what happens. And okay, look at that. We got 4 of our last 5 are wins, 5 of the last 6. It looks like moving Greg Adams to that second line actually drastically changed the outcome of this team. It seems every time I say that we lose, but
you know what?
Greg Adams.
Like,
honestly. But just before this game against San Jose here, we're just going to quickly jump in, check the stats, see what our players are doing. Oh! Thomas Tatar for a 1st and a 2nd round pick this year.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Huh. What is Tatar's rate? Oh. No. You know what? We're not doing it. Screw it. We're keeping the roster the way it is. Win, lose, or win. Okay? It's win. It's win. There's nothing else but win. So I guess we're going to look at the stats after that 3-1 loss to San Jose. But we're still sitting 2nd in the Pacific, so that's great. We're 6 points up on the 4th place team, which is not that great, but it's all right. So jumping in here, we got Pavel Bure leading, actually tied with Jeff Courtnall for points. How does Courtnall have more goals? I'm not quite sure.
I think we should take a look at Murray Craven there.
Look at that. 34 points. Greg Adams. 35 points. Greg Adams, man.
On the second line, doing well.
And where's our boy Gino?
Minus 7.
He's kind of sitting up there. That third line is kind of injured. Ooh, Jimmy Carson. And who's sucking? Okay, look at our D. We are getting no point production from our defense at all.
Yeah, there's not a lot of assists happening there.
So in the off season, if we were to continue this, that's definitely something I could look to shore up is our defensive depth, just because it seems like the bottom 2 defense we have 81, 80 overall just aren't doing it for us. We're getting no point production from back there, but that's for another time. Let's just see if we can make the playoffs in this one. Starting with a shootout loss. It's good times. But I mean, I think the biggest thing is just making sure that we don't, those last couple games, if we have to change up our lines to see if we can make the playoffs, needing to do that, just because, like, look at this right now.
Big loss. A lot of losses in this month of February.
Just Calgary. I feel like we're going to play in the playoffs against Calgary. I really hope we do. I want to get the 94 playoffs going again. Playing the Rangers in the Cup final would be awesome, if possible. I think we've scouted the WHL like 3 or 4 times now. But Nolan Patrick, we're coming for you, buddy. Hopefully not. No, I really don't want Nolan Patrick. I don't even want to come close to where Nolan Patrick's going in this draft. I mean, we're following up, actually. We've got a 4-game winning streak going on right now. It's not bad. Trade deadline pass. Let's just see if there's any trades made in the NHL. It's always kind of cool to look at what trades have been made, any teams have moving. Let's see if the Wings found a home for Thomas Tatar. Obviously, they were trying to send him our way, but that wasn't going to fly, especially for a first. So you actually have Thomas Tatar going from the Wings for a first and Chris Dreiger to the Ottawa Senators. And then the Wings actually went out and moved Thomas Vanek for a prospect and a pair of thirds to the Blue Jackets. And the Senators weren't done there, picking up P.A. Parento from the Rangers in exchange for 2, I don't know if those are minor leaguers or prospects, what those are. But James Wisniewski and Victor Stahlberg went from Carolina to Columbus for a second and a couple of picks. And then our old boy here in Vancouver, Kevin Bieksa, went to the Chicago Blackhawks of all teams for a third-round pick, or with a third-round pick, for a group of prospects. But that is all Bob McKenzie got to report on this trade deadline day. Hopefully next year's a bit more entertaining for him. A couple big moves by the Red Wings there, but nothing else. Let's actually see how the Red Wings are doing this year. 37 losses in regulation. You are a horrible team. 25 straight playoff years, and you're going to get 40 regulation losses in the year you don't make it. That's embarrassing. Oh well. What can you do?
Hopefully we can maintain our point position here coming to the end.
It's all about that playoff race right now. I mean, pushing for those playoffs is huge. Pittsburgh. The big losses are hurting because I feel like we aren't that a bad enough team that we should be losing 6-0, 5-4. Like, it's just, or not scoring a goal. Like, it just doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah, it is a little bit frustrating, honestly.
So I'm actually going to pause the simulation here and just see where we're sitting at, because I am getting a little bit nervous with the amount of overtime shootout losses we have creeping up. If you add those together, we're only 6 games above 500, which is really not good at this point in the season. And yeah, it's okay, I guess. We got 10 games left in the year. Well, I guess we'll just see how she goes. 10 games left in the year.
I will have to.
Let's see if we make it. Make or break time right here. Fingers are crossed. And a 3-2 loss is not the way to start. Oh my god. Okay, like I said, we might have to take a look at the lines here in the last couple games, because 85 points is not getting you into the playoffs. It's just not happening. 5 games left in the season. We sit in 3rd in the division. So, I mean, we're 8 points up right now on the Coyotes. That's huge. The Coyotes have 78 games played, so they can only tie us right now. And I believe we are a playoff team this year.
Nice, that's good to hear.
We have accomplished it. With 85 points, the Canucks have made the playoffs. We cross. Close. If we beat the Coyotes on the 6th here, we have for sure made it in. So
hopefully we can generate something.
Let's see. Any really wins again? Yeah, okay. So we made the playoffs. Look at that. Boom. Boom. 2 in a row. Beat them. Beat the Coyotes. Yes.
Nice. Back to back.
Ending the game on a 5 game would be really nice. Look at how bad Edmonton's doing.
Oh, no loss than anyone.
All right. But
finishes with a little win. That's pretty good.
Sim up a couple games here, and we have made the playoffs, and we will be playing the Los Angeles Kings in the first round. Ooh. Anze Kopitar, all the good stuff over there that they have in LA. And let us take a look at the playoff tree, the stats for the year, all that kind of good stuff. So Jeff Cornell actually led the team with 74 points. Kind of shocked that BURE wasn't up there. Oh, actually, look at that. BURE tied. Jeff Cornell and Pavel BURE were tied for points. But Cornell had 5 more goals, which I really don't get. Oh well.
BURE had 5 more assists.
Greg Adams, big 50-point man right there, looking good, looking real good. But I actually want to take a look possibly at changing Greg Adams' lineup just because of the whole minus situation going on there. Maybe moving around a player like Gino up to the second line wouldn't be too bad. Oh, actually, Gino's a drop to an 81. That's really not good.
Yeah, it's gotten a little bit worse since he...
Ice time. So it looks like we're going to have to find some ice time for Gino because his morale is dropping, and it's dropping at a steady pace. And going into the playoffs, that is not something you want for the team. But we'll hold a team meeting here, see what the boys have to say. We'll go with the common one, and look at that. No one liked it. Gino liked it, which is what matters. Murray Craven. Let's go, buddy. He responds well to motivation. He is inspired by that. Dave Babich, dysfunctional? No. No thanks, buddy. Morale is unchanged. Good. Good stuff. Okay. So, yeah. We have made the playoffs, and the Rangers are playing the Capitals, so there is a chance at this point still that we could play the Rangers in the Stanley Cup Final, which we are hoping for. But in the next episode, we will tackle 1, possibly 2 rounds of the playoffs if we make it to the second round. Which I think we will. It better either be against Calgary or Dallas, so that should be interesting. But first things first, we got to deal with those pesky Kings over there in LA. So that will be for the next video, guys. Until then, this has been Blake, and
this has been Craig. We are the Mountain Men, and thank you so much for watching, guys.
Peace.
Peace out.
Everybody